For Toronto's top job, Olivia Chow has now widened her lead according to the latest Forum research poll. CP24's Jamie Goodfreund is looking at the numbers this morning at City Hall. Jamie.
Yeah, she's up 4% from last week's Forum research poll, but one of the takeaways from this week's poll is the fact that Anthony Furey is also up into double digits, taking lead ahead of some of the other candidates. And I have Anthony Furey with me right now. Thanks for joining us. How do you react to this news, and how are you feeling given the fact that over the last several weeks you've been polling a little bit lower, but now you've gone up a few notches? What's your reaction?
Yeah, thanks, Jamie. It feels great to be the only candidate who's really sort of ramping up when everyone else is just kind of flatlining or declining slightly. And I think it really has to do with the fact that I'm just doing the hard work of getting out there, meeting with people, making those meaningful connections on the ground. We're going to Scarborough, we're going to Etobicoke, North York, and the policies, I think, are really resonating with people. I'm the guy who has said that we're really needing to have a conversation right now about whether or not we want Toronto to move any step further to being like Seattle, San Francisco, downtown Vancouver, all those awful scenes we're seeing playing out on those streets. Now is a time for choosing. And I'm the guy who said we're going to phase out those drug injection sites, replace them with treatment centers to clean up our streets. We need to invest in more officers. I was talking last week about the fact that there are taxpayer-funded crack pipes being distributed by the city to shelter system all across the city. They're doing it in Scarborough and Etobicoke, and this is just not what people's taxpayer dollars should be going towards. So we got to respect the budget in that way, and we got to clean up our streets. We got to have compassion, but we can't move any step further like those scenes of carnage in Seattle.
Has it been discouraging to not be included in some of these debates? And if you do get included, do you feel that's going to be a great opportunity for you and your campaign to kind of not only get the word out, but to also kind of go head-to-head with some of these other candidates that you haven't been able to square off with?
Well, I was in the first big debate with the BIAs, and it was taken on some cameras there, and I'm confirmed for some others coming up later on in this month, one coming up in a day or two with Zoomer televised there, so I'm a part of the debate mix, but I know they wanted to leave me out of a couple of them, but apparently I only went up in the polls, so hey, I guess I can't complain about that. I mean, it's just, everything matters, but really it's about taking it to the doors, taking it to community events, and making those meaningful connections. This is a beautiful city full of amazing people of all walks of life. It was great to be a newspaper columnist, broadcaster for over 10 years, but I'm also the father of 3 small kids, 5, 7, 9 years old. I care about this city, and we can fix this, but we have to say we're not going to head in this direction any further. We're going to get right back on the right path, and with my common sense policies, that's what I hope to do, fighting for all Toronto families.
And the newest Forum research poll shows Olivia Chow at 38%. How do you plan to kind of bridge the gap and let voters know why you're the person that should be in the office here at City Hall?
Yeah, it's going to be hard work connecting with voters, and some of those things that Olivia Chow is proposing, tearing down the Gardiner, I mean, like, come on, that's just crazy talk. We have a congestion problem as much as it is, so I'm not going to be tearing down the Gardiner. Lots of people telling me that the bike lane situation has just gotten out of hand. Look, I bike myself with my kids. I love it, but there's appropriate places for them, and I know if Olivia Chow had her way, she'd put a bike lane on every street throughout this city. So I've said no more bike lanes on major roads. They're planning them for Shepherd, Eglinton, Bloor West, Kingston Road. We're going to put a pause on all of that and bring back a sense of balance to these issues.
Appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
So much.
We have Anthony Furey live here outside of City Hall, and also want to give a heads up to all the voters out there that advanced polling stations, they open on Thursday. There'll be 50 of them situated across the city. That will run until June 13th. We'll send it back to you for now.
CP24's Jamie Goodfreund reporting live. Jamie, thank you.